Alright, so we're on the 2003 Boxster again today. I've started to receive some of the parts that I needed for repairs. So this is my convertible top tensioning cable. This was the driver's side. It's snapped off just below the head, so I ordered a pack. It comes with 2 new ones, so we'll be swapping that in today. And then the other thing we've got here is our coolant tank bleed valve. It is a bleed valve with the seals and the gaskets and the whole new piece. This was purchased from Rock Auto. The cables were purchased from Amazon, I believe, if I remember. So this was like 30 bucks. This was 20 bucks. So there's a part number on that if you need to order one. But Rock Auto had that, and there's no part number on this one. I'm not sure what the part number is, but let me get these switched in today. And then my door regulators came in today. I am waiting for the water pump, so that's going to be next. But the belt and the tensioners have come in along with the new alternator. So we'll get these 2 things in today, and then we'll start working on the window regulators. Alright, so what comes in this bleed thing is a new base, a new top, a set of seals, and new hardware. So that's really all it is. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this open, make sure I don't have any pressure. The car hasn't been running a couple of days, so I shouldn't have any pressure. And there was still pressure. All right. Okay, so I'm going to grab some tools. That looks to be about a 6, I believe. I'm going to double check that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for my car, the new hardware is an 8, and the old hardware is a 7. Like I said, I did burp this. I'm going to do it again. I find, because mine's broken, I just find using a pair of pliers a little easier. So I don't have any air coming out of there, so we'll go ahead and drop that. Alright, I'll be back in a second once I get these all out. Alright, I just used a regular ratchet and a small extension, and it took a few seconds to get that out of there, but it comes out pretty easy. Now we're going to take these apart. Ooh, that's pretty crusty. Alright, so we're going to kind of set them the way we take them out here, just to make sure that, how do you get that out of there? Okay, I'm going to have to figure out how to get this piece up out of there. I think it's just held in with the O-ring. So let me get that pulled up out of there, and probably going to need both hands because it's kind of in a tight spot. Actually, I've got these long needle nose. I might be able to, or I can't. Oh, there it goes. It's coming up slowly, or thought it was. There it goes. Yep, it's just the old ring. All right, back in a second. Wife needs my help. All right, so when I pulled that out of there, this little O-ring fell out. It does have a brother in the new package, so we're going to replace it. And I'm still trying to see where this big O-ring is. I thought it was in this plastic thing, but it's not. And oh, I found it. It was on that piece there. That's it right there. So we'll go ahead and replace both the O-rings. So there's our old O-rings. Here's our new O-rings. We'll get those replaced. And just looking at this, It might be kind of hard to tell, but even, I don't know, but right here the gasket doesn't fully allow that to be open, and the gasket underneath there is pretty ratted. It's tore. So this piece here goes in like this. This part is the part that goes down. This is the part that goes up. That allows the cup to fit inside there so that when you operate the lever. But if we look at this one, first of all, that seal's kind of cruddy. Let's see what happens if I try to stand that up. Yep, you can see right there. It just broke again. See how it's out? I don't know if you can see where the channel has opened up right here. It's kind of hard to do with my finger. Yep, see, oh, I couldn't even twist it. It just popped right off and the bottom came out. So that'll make life easier. All right, so that's one hole. That's the other one. See, they're oblonged. So, and you can see where this has been broke off several times. So I don't know if this was what was going on there, but so that's all that is just a spring and a plunger. All right, so that's garbage. Let's get the new one in. So I'm gonna get a little bit of silicone grease so I can put on the gasket. I just want to make a nice seal, and then get that all put back together. So let me go find some silicone grease. All right, don't know if you can see it, but I put both O-rings back. I put out just enough of the silicone grease to make them just a little shiny, no globs, no extra, and then I wiped off any extra. And that is just so that as these things go back together, they go together smoothly and don't bind or cut the O-rings. All right, so now the next trick is getting these holes to line up with the holes that are already in there. So I'm gonna need both hands to do that. So once I get a couple started, I will be back. Okay, so something I just found out here is the new ones are about 1/4 inch shorter and they're wider, but the big problem is because they're shorter, they don't actually reach the bottom. So even though they're resting on the plastic cap, they're not actually connected, where the silver ones are actually screwed down a couple of turns. They're not loose. But all the brass ones, even though this is all the way down, they're not working. So I can't use the brass ones, so I'm gonna pull those back out of there, and we'll just use the ones that were in here originally. All right, so all total, we're looking at about 10 minutes if your car is not hot. So now I should be able to stand this up. Hey, what do you know, it works. And now it will vent. Cool. All right. So I still have water in the tank, so I'm not gonna worry about that for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up so we can get it into the bleed section. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the car up. I'm gonna lift this rear top cover so that I can put the new cables on. Okay, so I have the thing up. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna put my ratchet strap going from the back to the front just to hold this up so I can get to those a little easier, and then I can pop those off. So let me get that set and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I think I know why this got broke. So on the upper one, the stock one, this keeper, I don't know if you can see that in my hand there, this keeper locks this upper one in place. There's some holes on the outside that keeper runs through, and it prevents you from popping it off. The lower one doesn't have that. It just has a spring clip on the inside so that it locks in place. And if you look at any of the videos, they always tell you to disconnect the bottom one. So probably somebody who didn't know that tried to pop the top one off and cut the cable, and instead of telling the previous owner, unless it was the previous owner, then they should have just replaced it. So I'm just going to replace it. My new ones do not have that clip on either end, but they do have the holes on the top side. So I probably will be going ahead and reusing the clip anyway, because there are no clips in the package. All right, so just like that, it's in place. So you just put the keeper, it has a long end that goes through the two holes up and down, and then the other part just spins around. So once you get it in the two holes, you spin it and it locks in place, and now that's locked, and then the bottom can just be connected back up. All right, on to the passenger side. All right, and then you can see that the passenger side is disconnected, at least on that side. So we're going to pull this out of the top. It has the same keeper right there on the top. I don't know if you can see it by my thumb or my fingernail. So I'm just going to push this side going in that direction. It'll spin, and then I can pull it straight down and then pop this off. All right, and just like that, it's back in place. It's run through the little keeper in the top, and it's still currently disconnected, but that's okay, because we're gonna leave it off while we still do some work. Yeah. All right, so those two little projects are done. Thanks for watching. Next up, we're going to be doing window regulators. So we'll be taking door panels apart. Like I said, the passenger side is the messed up one, but I'm going to go ahead and replace them both because I don't see a reason not to. I was going to keep this old cable, but as you can see, it is twisted over, which means that whoever broke this one, this other one here, they probably tried to pry that off and couldn't figure it out. So all right, well, at least that's fixed, and that's one less thing off the list. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later.